Humans are one of the only organisms on Earth that have sexual intercourse for pleasure. Hi, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Science and Public Policy at Walden University, and in this segment I'm going to be going over human sexuality or various sexual theories. So let's go ahead and get started here. I wanted to start off with this visual here that can be represented through human sexuality. So let's get started here. A lot of this talk will be surrounding the sexual act and even orgasm. So I wanted to start off by looking at the Masters and Johnson original research and the curves that they created. I've actually talked extensively about each one of these in another video. However, you can see there's in male response cycle, there's actually two options. One that goes into excitement, plateau, orgasm, and then there's a refractory period and you can't have another orgasm, and then a second one potentially then that leads to resolution. On the other hand, the female response cycle, and I'm going to include some caveats here. The female response cycle, initially there's excitement, plateau, orgasm. However, the way this is experienced can be all three at the same time, or experience each of these kind of in a multiple format. I think there's overemphasis on the biological sexual impact in this model. Additionally, a lot of the respondents were part of the white Anglo-Saxon individuals, and also the researchers were not of diverse backgrounds. Some of the other things that I wanted to go into, this is known as the Masters and Johnson model, or the EPOR model. What is important to note in the female response cycle is that there was too much emphasis on biological and physical, and not enough emphasis on some of the other important portions, such as desire. So the first one that this starts looking at is E, and E is excitement. And this of course varies depending on culture. For instance, tantric sexual practices and techniques are important, and then you start to see in this phase, the excitement phase, the flush and the myotonia that is starting to take place already. The next phase is P, and so that is plateau, and plateau is here. Tenting takes place, self-discovery, clitoral erection, and the myth of female orgasms during intercourse. So there's and during the plateau phase, there's this myth that every time through intercourse there's going to be an orgasm, and this is not the case in terms of male-female intercourse. The O portion of the EPOR model, or the Masters and Johnson model, is what's happening during orgasm. And so among males, this means emission, ejaculatory inevitability, expulsion, and then afterglow. And then being in touch with your sexual health is important, and also understanding the health benefits of orgasm. And then the final part is R. R is resolution. And this is resolution in both of the diagrams, and that is the refractory period. And this might be after orgasm. There might be a extended refractory period for males, or for females they may go into a multi-orgasmic state. Again, this is not necessarily during heterosexual intercourse. And then resolution after the refractory period. Sometimes this goes on with time, and then other times there's a distinct resolution. What is important to note is that these four phases are not at all meant to be distinct phases. They are meant to be kind of interrelated to each other, and one may come before the other, and vice versa. So I wanted to throw out there a couple of other models. Kaplan's three-stage model of sexual response, which I'll talk about in a bit more depth in one other of my videos. And then there's the Reid's erotic stimulus pathway. And so all of these have a different y-axes. This is looking at seduction, sensations, and surrender. And then there's a reflection phase. So this is more emotional and physical and psychological. Again, looking at the three-stage model, this is looking at desire, excitement, orgasm, and then hypoactive sexual desire. I'm going to go into more detail on each one of these. However, in summary, this is the various sexual models that are currently being used among physicians and healthcare professionals. Thank you for listening.